Have you ever wondered how the spirit world actually communicate with you? Well, I've got a little bit of a trick that I'm going to be showing each and every one of you by the end of this video. I'm going to be giving you not just a full explanation, we're going to do one better. I'm going to actually show you firsthand. By the end of this video, you, my friend, are not just going to be able to work alongside a spirit, you are going to understand and have the knowledge and database to be able to work alongside them in any aspect of your mediumship development. If you're new to the channel, my name is Psychic Medium Jordan Coburn, and I can prove with evidence of the afterlife. I've helped thousands of people already on this earth plane to once again be able to reach out and contact their loved ones in spirit from the understandings and the teachings, and now it's your turn. Each and every one of you can become great mediums. And here at Help Heal Serve, we can give you the very foundations to forge your own unique understanding. Not to mention, we have the loving and supporting Help Heal Serve family. Also, I'd like to say a big massive thank you to each and every one of you who continue to smash that like button, who continue to subscribe to the channel. Look at this message growing. Boom, 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 boom. And yes, thank you to each and every one of you for watching the content. It's a bit crazy, isn't it, when you think about it? When we're talking about spirit communication. Now, let's put aside the fact that some of you might have stumbled across this video, and if you have, the reason why you've stumbled across it is the spirit will have brought you to me. I will be the person to help you to connect to your loved ones in spirit. I will be the one to be able to give you the tools to be able to help yourself. But there's a few things that we've got to understand. We've got the not understanding spirit being one aspect of it, but then we've also got the next, which is your role within a mediumship reading. You as a person are just, and I know there's a lot of a lot of people who get like really angry when I say, because there's a lot of people who are like, no, you're not just. You're this, you're special, you're unique, yes, you are unique. I'm not taking that away from you, but don't get egotistically driven when it comes to mediumship. You've got to understand that you are just a conduit to the message. In those moments, the spirit world could have picked anyone on this planet to be able to speak. But in those moments, you have been entrusted with the message. And it's important for you to realize that at the beginning of your development, because this is going to stop you going down the rabbit hole that many, many, many mediums on this planet. You don't have to look far to see world's greatest psychic medium or the best ever. And the problem is when you put bold titles like that, that is massaging and flexing their ego. It's not about the work. It's not about their ability to be able to give the evidence. It's not about that. It's about picking up their own ego. Unfortunately, these individuals have fallen into the little bit of a downward spiral that is mankind's wants, needs, and desires to, unfortunately, have full control of everything and anything that they can. And when it comes to your ego, one of the biggest things that you've got to remember is it's all right to have an ego. It's about controlling that ego. Controlling the ego so that, especially in the mediumship aspect, that it is working for you and you aren't working for it. Because what I'm about to show you now, a lot of you coming into this video, you're probably thinking, how's Jordan going to make me be able to communicate with spirit? Trust us, we don't mess on this channel. I'm telling you now, if you stick around to the end of this video, you are going to be able to connect because you're going to have a good understanding. You are going to see how you can connect at any given time. How do the spirit world reach out to communicate to any one of you? Well, a lot of you, we're going to come past the part of you not believing in spirit, because if you don't believe in spirit and you're still watching at this point, I would recommend you to go and watch one of the different videos on the channel, because we've got full videos explaining it. But in a nutshell, the spirit world is energy. When the spirit world come to each and every one of you to pass over a message to a loved one or to give you information in those moments, the spirit world are giving you effectively an injection of energy. I know that sounds pretty harsh, spiritual laughing, but that's exactly what it is. Think of yourself like an antenna. And like a phone mast or like your mobile phones. A lot of you'll be watching this on mobile phones. When you make a call to someone and you place the number in and you press that call button, in those moments you have placed your intent to make that conversation happen. Yep. So a lot of you might pick up your phone after this video. You might go, I'm going to ring Gina, I'm going to ring Dave, I'm going to ring Frank, and I'm going to tell them all about this video. And yes, you should be going to do that. So you'll type in the number and you'll place the call. Well, this is the same with the spirit world. Remember, you are an antenna. You are no different to your mobile phone in some respects. A lot of us are cyborgs, but in a nutshell, when it comes to the spirit world, you essentially have the very same abilities as a mobile device. You are going to receive and perceive information in any given moment. That being said, your extrasensory perceptions are what are going to be able to give you the abilities to use your clair abilities. There are many different clair abilities, and we've got full tutorial videos on all of them. However, in this video, I'm going to be showing you how that you can use your claircognant abilities. Also, sometimes you could kind of call this clairvoyance as well, but claircognance is the ability that you are going to be using in this video. And in all fairness, right, a lot of you will use claircognance on a day-to-day basis. Like literally, you just won't even know you are using it, and that's why it's so easy for me. And there's a little bit of a secret that a lot of you probably don't know at this part of the video, but it's all going to come apparent towards the end. And there's a reason why I'm doing it in this way. So when we're speaking about communicating via the ability of claircognance, think of it like this. In this example, I am me. It's probably an easy way to describe it because I am me. But I am a mast. And as I'm sitting here now, I have energy coming into me, which I do. I'm channeling energy. I always do. I say to each and every one of you, when you watch these videos, it's like 90% spirit, 10% Jordan. And that's the way that we rock and roll. It's the way that we love it. It's the way that we do it. Spirit will just jump through and say whatever they want to say to each and every one of you. Fun fact, you shouldn't be scared of that. You have to protect from poor understandings and bad teachings. Unfortunately, this earth plane is saturated in an abundance of porn standards, and that's why we've got a little bit of a fight on our hand. But that's why the message of help, heal, serve goes on, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Look where we are. We've only been on this platform 7 months. We're fully monetized. We're flying, man. All thanks to each and every one of you. So mass respect. But think of it like this. You or me, I am a mast. And every one of my clair senses are working in this moment for me. However, that being said, just because they're working for me, it doesn't mean to say I am aware of them. Each and every one of you are born mediums. You are all born psychics. I can prove it. That, like, literally, I can prove everything that I say. There's not a video that goes by. That's why, fun fact, not the people in this sort of line of work like me, because I'm smashing down single-handedly the paywalls of mankind. We are giving you the notion so that you can go out and live your most fulfilled life. You can connect to your loved ones in any given moment. You don't need to pay for this. Listen, this is all coming to you free. You are going to learn if you put the hard work, the time and the effort in, then we can make each and every one of you mediums. But that energy is coming down. It's entering into my auric space. So if you look at the light that encompasses my human form, you will see that it's called the aura. The aura is created by the beating heart. The beating heart produces a low frequency electrical impulse, which generates, it's a bit like a force field. And I know that sounds sci-fi, but let's be honest, we're talking about speaking to dead people. So a lot of you might think that this is sci-fi. The difference is I can prove with evidence. I can bring forward evidence of any person I want, just like each and every one of you can do. But as this energy is all around, within that energy, there's like a tentacle spider web, so to speak, of little branches coming off. And spirit tell us to say it like this all of the time. If you think of the nervous system of a human being, it's the same. Whilst the nervous system is contained within the vessel itself, Externally to that, you have your extrasensory perceptions and you have your clear abilities. Every one of those clear abilities are working for you. They are all working for you. I don't accept that there's blockages. I don't accept that you can't do it because you just don't. Listen, every one of you, if you've got the can-do attitude, you will succeed in mediumship. I'm telling you what, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy if you have the right understandings. If unfortunately you fall into the slippery slope of despair that mankind have set out for each and every one of you, where you are destined to fail, because you've been put behind paywalls, you've been suppressed, and you've accepted that, then unfortunately there's like literally nothing I can do, because whilst I can give you the tools, if you don't want to put the hard work, the determination, the commitment, the willpower, everything in on your side, then unfortunately there's literally nothing I can do. There's nothing anyone can do, to be quite frank with you. So if you are that one person, you need to change that mindset. You need to change the mindset. You need to understand that if I can do it, you can do it. If you can do it, then I can do it. Each and every one of us, we are all human beings. We are all the same species. Yes, we have male and female sex and many other ways to identify in this day and age. However, that doesn't take away from the fact that you are all human beings. What one human being can do, each and every one of you can do. Now, we're speaking about claircognizance, and again, we're not going to go into any level, guys. I don't want to complicate this too much. But when you think of the energy, now think of white light coming all around me, white glow coming straight into my auric field. And as it comes into the auric field that encompasses my human form, you will see little tentacles coming out, like little nerves. A lot of you, right, Spirit are telling us to remind you all of this, right? There's going to be a lot of you out there who might think this is like a little bit far-fetched. Yeah, you might think that it's a little bit far-fetched, the fact that you have extrasensory perceptions and you have clear abilities. Well, I'm going to go one better. A lot of fighters, and a lot of people who work in the martial arts, in the work in combat sports, and all of these different things, who need very quick reflexes, they will go into an absolute pitch dark room. They'll be blindfolded, even though it's dark, and it's for sensory deprivation. And what this does is it brings the human form into a heightened state of alertness. Therefore, you are ready, you are picking up, or you are sensing things. And you'll see them fighting and like doing it, they're doing it for fun. And if you go and Google it, you'll see that Shaolin monks, you've got many different forms of individuals on this planet who know about these abilities and who use them to their greater good, which is what each and every one of you will be doing if you haven't already been doing it. Now that I've given you a little bit of a breakdown, I know it's probably been a complete reality check to a lot of you. There's going to be a lot of you who are at this part going, oh, I don't know what he means. But remember, I've had to give you a crash course in what I'm about to do. Otherwise, it's like, for me, a lot of people ask this question all of the time. Jordan, why do you take so long on your videos? And what you've got to remember is it's all right me just coming on and massaging my ego and just seeing things and looking good and looking high and mighty and saying bam. But the problem is that doesn't help the everyday person. That doesn't help my message of help, heal, serve. That doesn't help me to be able to help you to become the best version of yourself. Therefore, in some respects, when I'm doing a little bit of a lecture on something, yes, it might seem a little bit long-winded. Yes, it might seem like I go on a few tangents. But when I wrap it all up and package it at the end, there's a reason why we've gone through this. Because if I just come straight into this video and start saying, oh, claircognizance, and saying, this is what we're going to do, you just wouldn't know what was happening in those moments. So you'd know what claircognizance was, but you'd have no indication or reference point to understand how this primary function works in all living beings. However, now there is no excuse. Absolutely no excuse. We've spoken there about how energy comes to us. And energy is going to come to us, and our extrasensory perceptions, our clear abilities are going to decode that information and send it to the relevant department. Think of it like the Royal Mail. And I don't know if I should say the Royal Mail, I might get copyrighted, or a mailing department, for what I'm saying, a mailing department. When the letters go into that department, they're in a big bunch. Yeah. So stay with us, you're going to understand. We've got lots of letters. When you go into the department, they're then going to be separated into different branches. Now, this is how energy comes into the human form. It's effectively like lots of bits of energy. It comes into the human form and then it gets distributed around the human form. If, for example, you are very good at your claircognizant abilities, the spirit world are going to send you that information through that sense. If you're not very good at claircognizance and you are very good at clairvoyance, the spirit world are going to send you that information and send it to that department. If you are somebody who uses clairalience, clairgustance, clair empathy, there's many different clair senses, and depending on you as a person, remember, you are all unique, but don't let that get to your head. Sorry, everyone, the energy's getting a bit intense. Just because I'm saying you're all unique and you're all special, yes, you are, all the help you'll serve family, but don't let that get your head. Remember, in those moments when you are working with spirit, I know you want this to be special, and I know you want this to be amazing, and I know you want the clouds to part, and you want God himself to come down and give you a high five and thank you for helping humanity. But the problem is you shouldn't be looking at this like that. This should just be a selfless act. You don't want anything in return. And I know there's going to be a lot of you who might not like you saying that. But what you've got to remember is there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'll do this because I'm selfless as well, Jordan. Yeah. But I want this and I want that and I want this. And yeah, it's all right to make demands. It's all right to ask the spirit world to help you in certain respects. But you've got to remember the primary purpose of you delivering that message. There's not a return for you. You are literally putting your trust in spirit to be able to speak to their loved one, or the reward for you is helping other people or helping yourself. There's nothing wrong with helping yourself. Like, seriously, I could literally sit and help myself all day long if I wanted to. There isn't anything wrong in that. However, some of us have very different paths. Sorry, everyone, I'm going to have a drink. And then we're going to get into this little bit of an exercise. Now that we've broken it all down, let me know down in the comments section, right? How many of you have had a thought? You've known something was going to happen. You've been walking to the shop one day, and before you got to the shop, you seen a white van in your mind's eye. That van, then you seen a car go into the back of it, and you shrugged it off. You just thought, wow, that was crazy. It was like an echo of time. It was a glimpse into the future or something. Then all of a sudden, guess what happened? You see that event unfold in front of your very eyes, and you think, wow, what happened there? And then you just think, oh, well, it's probably nothing. It's probably nothing. And then a couple of weeks later, you think of lottery numbers. So you put them on and you win the lottery. Well, maybe it's not win the lottery in that respect, but you know what I mean? Like, it's a little amount of money. I mean, some of you might have won the lottery, but there's going to be lots of you. Let me know down in the comments, right? There's going to be a lot of you who've had these little moments where you've questioned it, and then because mankind have suppressed you, you haven't accepted it for what it is. This is one of the biggest problems that I have as a tutor, as somebody who is trying to help mankind to be able to better themselves. It's to help you to understand that when these things happen and when these occurrences take place, you have to accept them. The amount of people, right? I'll let you in on a little secret, right? I love the paranormal. Like, seriously, like my heart. If I could tomorrow have my own TV show, which I will in the future. You all know that. I've said it from day one. I will have my own TV show. But if I could have my own TV show now and travel the world and just film paranormal evidence in stuff, literally, folks, yous would see nothing like it on the TV. Like, seriously, because I would tear that up. All of this fakeness that you see, I don't need to act. I don't need to pretend. I don't need to make it look like things are happening. I get bloody given gifts. I get given all sorts. And if you haven't seen any of the Soul Seekers episodes, go over and watch them. I forgot what the point I was trying to make there. Spirit laughing. Anyway, right, I've kept you waiting long enough. what we're going to do now, I'm not going to put you into a meditation, so don't worry. But I'm going to show you how simple, how easy it is for the spirit world to communicate with each and every one of you. And there's going to be a lot of you who feel you aren't good enough, and you are going to see firsthand why you are good enough. And you should never give up. If you are wanting to become a medium, if you are wanting to become a successful medium, a successful psychic, a tarot reader, anything, right? Anything in this life, you should never give up. Are you ready? What I'm going to ask you to do, if it's safe to do so, I would like to think you're not driving a vehicle. I've got to say these disclaimers. I know there's a lot of you who laugh, but I'd like to also think that you're not doing something that takes your undivided attention. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is you're going to listen to my voice. Keep the video on, obviously, because I'm going to be talking you through it. And I would like you to close your eyes. And for the first experiment, what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to picture a puppy, a small, cute little puppy. And when you've got that small, little, cute puppy in your mind, I want you now to imagine what colour fur it has. And as you see the colour on the fur start to manifest, I would like you now to think of what action the puppy might be doing. Is the puppy happy to see you? Is the puppy wagging its tail? Is the puppy jumping up and down? You get what I'm saying. Now that you've all done that, we're going to go into another little exercise. We have the puppy still playing, just majestically jumping around, doing what puppies do. A little bundle of joy. What you're going to do now is you are going to throw a yellow ball. It needs to be hand size. You are literally going to throw a ball, a tennis ball, towards the puppy. And you are going to watch as the puppy reacts to the ball. You are going to wait. And you are going to watch and be ready for when that puppy brings the ball back to you. Now, if you are doing this correct, and if you have listened to everything I've said, you have just used your imagination. And there's a lot of you going, John, you're cheating. What do you mean you're using your imagination, John? You told us this was going to be claircognizance. What do you think that the spirit world use? How do you think the spirit world show you information? What you've just experienced there is words of mouth from a human being, which is being condensed into vibrational frequencies, which has come through a camera recording equipment direct to your device. That is no different to how energy comes to the human form. It's exactly the same. And each and every one of you who think, no, I can't do claircognizance with the spirit world, it doesn't work for me. You've just done it without even trying. I didn't even drop you into a meditation. You've literally just done it. If there's any one of you who that little experiment didn't work for, don't worry. Do it again. Watch that section of the video again. Watch it, watch it, watch it. And when you start realizing, well, actually, I can see the puppy playing, and you start using your imagination, this is when you are going to realize the maximum potential that you have when it comes to using your claircognitive abilities. I hope you've enjoyed that. I think it's like Spirit told us about it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do a video on that. That's like such an awesome little bit of a gateway for each and every one of you to understand the principle of how it works, to see it working for yourself. And again, I know there's going to be a lot of you going, well, I mean, I could literally, right? I could sit here now and I'm going to do full tutorial videos on it. But I could sit here now and say to you, I'd like you to close your eyes. What I'd like you to do now, in fact, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just prove my point. What you're going to do now is you're going to close your eyes once again, if it's safe to do so, and you're not doing anything that takes your undivided attention. You're going to close your eyes. What I would like you to do now is to picture yourself with myself in a woodland. All around the woodland, you can hear the sounds of birds. You can hear the rustle in the trees. You can hear the wind. You can smell the pine. You can, and each and every one of you now are going to have your very own interpretation of that scene. You are all going to be thinking and imagining what that would be like. This is good. This is mediumship, my friends. Welcome to using your claircognizant abilities. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did enjoy it, remember to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you did enjoy this video, check out the videos at the top left and right. Until the next time, bye-bye for now, everyone.